Hi guys, so I restarted playing WoW a few days ago, I think 4 or 5 days ago, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel about the game so far. As a, longtime veteran players who just log back in to try, and I'm gonna tell you like exactly how I feel, alright? Some of you may disagree, some of you may agree, it's all good. But here's what I've noticed. First of all, the leveling experience. The leveling experience is fun. So if you are to level from 70 to level 80, you will really enjoy it. That's what I've noticed. And the thing is that they're like giving you a lot of boost. Like as you can see here, there's a lot of boost, which allows you to level pretty fast, and you get a lot of loots as well. So basically, your gear is going to be pretty good for leveling up technically. And if you do dungeons and delves and whatever, you will gear up even faster. The other thing that I really like is the dungeon over here. So they added the follower dungeon, which is like the Final Fantasy 14 option where you can solo, do solo dungeon with AI NPC. It's fun. It's very fun. The only thing that I wish is that we could customize our own NPC. Like, I wish we could gear them, we could rename them, we could, use cosmetic that we want, we could choose, their appearance. Apart from that, I really think that it's fun because in FF14, I really enjoy the solo dungeon to a certain degree, of course. But in World of Warcraft, it's kind of like the same thing, but different graphics, a little bit different gameplay mechanic. But I kind of enjoy it because I come from WoW, and when I see that option, that feature in our game, I kind of feel like, wow, I'm glad they have it. But at the same time, it's an idea that comes from another MMO, right? So you guys know that Blizzard are are renowned for copying a lot of MMOs, including Guild Wars 2, FF14, or even any other games out there. Like I don't know why they just do that. They like to copy features, but if nobody complains, they're gonna keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure that if they were to copy Nintendo, if Blizzard were to copy Nintendo, that would be a different story because Nintendo, they're the kind of people you don't step on their foot. And they do care about copyright infringement. It doesn't matter what you copy if it looks too similar, or if you kind of follow a pattern where you literally kind of like indirectly copy something and then modify it a little bit, and you do that like in a massive way that a lot of things are similar, then that can be considered as copyright infringement as well. It doesn't have to be one on one. Copyright infringement is when you copy something, you kind of like derived it, you kind of modify it a little bit so that you think nobody will notice, and then you do it again onto another feature, you do it again onto another feature, then you do it again on NPCs, and then you do it again on the music, and then you do it again on the level design, and you do it again on the quest. So you kind of like modify everything, right? But at the same time, everything looks there's like some things that look similar to other games. I don't know. There's a lot of things I've noticed, that Blizzard has copied, and nobody's complaining, and that's because Blizzard know that ArenaNet, Blizzard know that NCSoft, ArenaNet, and any other company, even FF14. I forgot the name of the CEO, but they know Blizzard knows that they will never file a lawsuit against Blizzard because that's because they're a smaller company, right? But if you were to copy Nintendo, Blizzard would be in deep shit. And I wish Blizzard would copy Nintendo because I want to see what happens. I want to see Nintendo like, oh, so Blizzard, you want to step on our foot now? Eh? I want to see that. I want to see. But you know what? I've been playing WoW for 20 years and plus, and I've never noticed anything that resembled to any Nintendo, game, like Pokemons and shit. Like, I've never noticed anything that resembled to any Nintendo feature. And I think I know why. Is because Blizzard are afraid of Nintendo because Nintendo is like a big company, and these guys, they're gonna sue you. Like they're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna let it pass. You just did it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. No, no, no. In Nintendo, they don't fuck around. Like if you mess with them, a tiny bit, you're in deep shit. But that's the reason why Blizzard does not copy Nintendo, as I've noticed for the last 20 years. They only copy the smaller companies because they know nobody's gonna, sue them back anyway. So that's kind of lame, but that's Blizzard for you in a nutshell, in a way. However, do I enjoy it? Yes, I do enjoy it. It's very fun, and it's one of the features that I do every day. So yeah, follower dungeons, aka solo dungeon, is very very fun. The other dungeon where they're like a regular dungeon you do with human beings, human players, which is also fun. I never had any issue, but sometimes you can end up with people who rage, like rage quit because if you don't provide or if you're not good enough, they're gonna rage quit. Like I've seen it, I think 2 days ago. I was like, what the f? But then you will get somebody else that join in and and so on, and you just move on, right? So yeah, they're still fun. Same thing, specific dungeon. Well, same thing as before. The delves. So the delves, is it fun? The delves. Yes, it's fun, but at the same time, you only have Bran. So you only have Bran as the main character that can assist you. I wish we could have other, character, not just Bran, because Bran he can be a tank, he can be a healer, he can be a DPS. But I mean, Bran is a freaking hunter. Like, why would you make him tank or healer? That's kind of weird, right? So I wish we could have other type of NPC that could replace him. Like, I don't know, go figure. Other NPC that we could have, right? But if you ask, is it fun? Well, I would say, yeah, yeah. The delves are fun, but at the same time, I try to do it like 2 times, 3 times in a row, and I ask myself the same question: Are you still having fun, DJ? And the answer is no. It gets redundant. It gets redundant, and I was like, oh, it's boring now. Like if you do it too often, you may feel bored because you're by yourself and with the same brand and the same thing, and you just get maybe some few loots and that's it. It's nothing like you have like few, like two or three. I think I have 2 or 3 dungeon unlocked. I mean delves. I have 2 or 3 delves unlocked right now, so it becomes redundant. When you keep doing them again. So that's one thing I've noticed. So it is okay, I would say, but I wish they could have other people, other NPC than Brand to assist us. You know what I mean? So that's that. So what else do I like? The raids. I did one raids on my hunter on level 80, and do I like it? Yeah. I mean, the raids are always fun. The raids are always fun in in World of Warcraft because they have very like good mechanic. See, the thing I like about World of Warcraft that I don't think they copy from anyone. I think they don't copy from anyone is the raids because raids mechanics are fucking unique. Like when you do a raid, you know that bro, I've never seen that shit anywhere. Like I know I've never seen that shit anywhere, and I'm like, whoa, that the raid mechanic is freaking awesome, right? I don't do a lot of raids per se, but I do some raids once in the blue moon. You know what I'm saying? Because I love to diversify my gameplay. So raids are fun. What about the PvP? So the PvP over here, the PvP, it's okay. I mean, it's still the same thing. What I like the most about PvP is because nobody can cheat, right? So the engine that Blizzard are using are unique in a way that it's a custom engine that nobody can actually hack into. Well, when I say nobody, I mean I haven't seen anyone modify spells. I never see anyone, like manipulating, spells that are incorporated in the game, right? So I've been there playing PvP for 20 years, so I know, I see it. Like if I see somebody modifying a spell, like doing something strange, I will call it out. But I've never seen it in 20 years. All right, so PvP, there's no cheater. I've never seen any cheaters except for bots. Sometimes there used to be a lot of bots that would AFK in game, but I've been doing some PvP recently, and I don't see a lot of bots. I don't know if Blizzard actually, started banning them or if they start doing something about it. But when I go into a PvP, I don't see a lot of bots. Like literally, I don't see any bots. Like nobody AFK. The only time people will AFK I think, is when people lose. Like if everybody gets like if everybody sucks because it's bug. So if everybody sucks and there's only like few good players and we get camped at the entrance, then everybody start to AFK because we just get camped and there's nothing we can do in the battleground. That's the only time I see people AFK. But I don't see any bots per se like I used to see a lot before. I love also the Epic Battleground because it's a 40-man player. So that's 40 vs 40, meaning that when you queue for this, you are guaranteed to have a large-scale battle. So that's one thing that any other MMORPG don't have. I know that we have World v World in Guild Wars 2, but in Guild Wars 2, there is no guarantee when you log in that you will have a large-scale battle. So that's the reason why for World of Warcraft, this is one of the things I love the most. The large-scale battle are guaranteed. You queue for this, you're guaranteed to have a large-scale battle. I'm talking about level 80 and, like end game technically. Right now, if I queue for this, there's not going to be anybody because everybody is kind of like leveling up until level 80, and then they start queuing at level 80. And I'm going to die right now. 1 second, guys. And I love the Frost Mage as well. The spell are fun. Oh yeah, that's something I forgot to mention. The spells are very fun. Like you have spell, like the traits are like you can modify anything for AOE, for solo, like PvP, for I don't know, for raids. There's a lot of options over here. This is what I like, diversity. So when you bring that in, and you give us the chance to choose something we like according to our favorite features in game, then that's something very good. So people love that, and I like it too. I like also the hero points. I think they call it the hero points. This is something that reminds me of Path of Fire 2, by the way, because they have the same thing in Path of Fire 2. So I don't know if Blizzard copy from POF or if it's the other way around. I'm not sure because I feel like everybody's copying everybody nowadays. So like I'm like I don't pay. I'm like you know what? I don't give a shit anymore. I just fucking copy each other. And if you feel like suing, then be my guest. If you don't want to sue, then be my guest. I don't give a shit anymore. So anyway, so yeah, the points over here are pretty cool. The spell, the diversity of spell that it does, is very interesting. And I like it. I'll be honest with you, I like it. So that's that. What else do I like? Let me double check. So that's the delve. You can configure. See, he can be a healer, damage, or a tank. But me, I choose healer because I'm DPS and I die pretty fast sometimes, depending where you are. So right now, see, I'm only here. I need to go all the way. Wow, the hell, bro. That's a lot of leveling I'll have to do. Holy shit. Yeah, so that's that. You have pre-maze as well, so you have open world boss. So you have a lot of open world when you reach level 80, you're gonna have a lot of open world event. Here, there's no open world boss, as I've noticed. You have to go to other places, which is Hollow Fall, which is I think Ringing Deep. You have some world boss and as whatever has Kahe. Man, why did they complicate the word? Like what the hell, bro? So yeah, you have world boss over here and world events, which is okay, which is fun as well because you see a lot of players. Because over here where I'm leveling up right now, I don't see a lot of people. I do see one or two people, but until you reach level 80, sometimes you're gonna feel by yourself because, like I said, a lot of people are already at level 80, so you don't have a lot of people leveling up right now. Yeah, so that's what I've noticed. And what else do I like? What else do I hate? There's other features I haven't done yet, like the car racing. I haven't done that yet. Um, there's also the other thing. What was it? The Pirates Island, where you're like, which is kind of like a open world. Well, not an open world. It's like a gigantic PvP map, like World v World, technically in Guild Wars 2. So I haven't tried that yet. I will maybe later. Um, and now what I love also from this game is the music. So if you listen to the music, I don't know if you heard it. The music is very, very good. Let me double check. There it is. I'm gonna loop it so that you can hear it. There you go. Here, this is like Lord of the Ring. You know the Shire? It reminds me of the Shire. So it's very, very soothing. So that's one thing I've noticed. See, one thing that I like the most when I play or when I level up is the music. So if you win me with the music, you win points for me. You win points for me. So the music is very good. But this is the music for this place over here, the Isle of Dorn. The music over here is very good, as I've noticed. So yeah, that's that. Gathering, crafting. Crafting, I haven't done a lot of crafting still because I'm still leveling up, as you can see. So I don't really craft right now, but I'm assuming it's like Dragonflight. So in Dragonflight, you have a lot of crafting. But the thing about crafting now in World of Warcraft is like they're gonna make you do a lot of stuff. Like some mats are super mega hard to get. You're gonna have to do some, I don't know, some raids maybe, some Mythic Plus or some. You're gonna have to kill something specific which is super far away or super hard to get in order to get that mat. Well, some people they're gonna like it. Some people don't like it. Me, I'm like, I'll be honest with you. I like simplicity, so I mean, I'm just gonna farm what I can farm. So if I cannot get the mats, I don't go for a headache. I just, I don't craft it technically. So there's a lot of things I haven't crafted in Dragonflight because the mats were too hard to get and way too long to acquire. So it's kind of tedious at a certain level. So yeah, crafting can be tedious, but I mean, it can be worth it at the end of the day if you want to make some gold, right? But yeah, that's that. I also like the fact that you can use your regular mounts in order to dragon ride now. You can also dragon ride in Agramar, like in in Kalimdor, so you can use your dragon riding everywhere now. So that's one good thing that I called out many years ago. And apparently Blizzard listened, you know what I'm saying? So now we have it, which is a very good thing. What am I doing here? So yeah, so the dragon riding is very fun. And you can also switch, as you can see over here, you can switch dragon flight styles. So over here, if I click this, what? Require the war within Pathfinder. Oh no, you can't do it. Okay, so this is the thing. You cannot use the other the other flying type in this place over here because you need to do an achievement. So Isle of Dorn and everywhere else, you can only do dragon riding, but you cannot use the other regular flying, you know, that you can do in other places like in Kalimdor. So this is only good, I think, in Dragon Isle. Let me see, where is it again? Dragon Isles over here, so you can use two type of flight. And I think Kalimdor as well in Eastern Kingdom and everywhere else. I think I haven't double checked yet, but I think. But over here in Isle of Dorn, you can only use dragon riding, right? But you can use any mounts in order to do dragon riding, which is a good thing. So as you can see here, I'm using dragon riding, which is pretty cool. And I love my Sky Golem, which reminds me of my mech in Guild Wars 2. There you go. Something I've noticed, guys, is that so there's only one thing that I don't like about this game since I started playing this game, and maybe some of you will disagree, maybe some of you will agree, but the thing that I've noticed and I really hate the most is the story. So the story, if you guys like follow the story from the start, and if you look some trailers on YouTube about the War Within, same thing with Dragonflight, you will notice that it's all about female power. You will notice that it's about female supremacy. So a lot of people say that this game is woke, and I didn't believe them. But if you look at the trailer and if you play the story, you will notice that it's all about female supremacy, just like Star Wars 8. If you guys watch Star Wars 8, it's pretty much the same thing. So you're gonna have a brand new NPC protagonist called Ilaria. She's like I think she's like an elf, and she's gonna be like one of the hero who's gonna save everybody technically. And you also have the antagonist, which is another female NPC who's like she's another elf, like a dark elf or something like that. I don't even know her story. I don't care, but she's like a nobody, and Blizzard took a nobody to try to become a somebody in this game. But she is so bad, guys. Let me say this: the evil, like the what's her name, the antagonist is so bad. Zalat, I think her name is Zalat. She is so bad. She is so bad that it is like it is a farce. So everything about her, like it's like irrelevant. Like there's nothing about her that scares the shit out of me. So she's a very bad villain technically, and she's a female as well. Like I said, it's all female supremacy, and you're gonna see that the queen of the spider, I forgot what her name is, but she's also a female queen. It's all about female leading, female in charge, you know, female who's like the antagonist. So it's female everywhere. Now you're gonna say, what about Thrall and Anduin? Yeah, well, Thrall and Anduin, they're like nobodies in this game. So when you level up and when you play the game, you will notice that they have like a secondary role in this game. They're weak. They're very, very weak. Just like in Star Wars 8, all the males in Star Wars 8 are weak. You know, they need to be helped. They need to be, you know, like rescued by female protagonists or antagonists, right? So just like Star Wars 8, in this game, everything is surrounded by female supremacy. So that's why when people say that this game was woke, I didn't believe it until I actually play it, and I confirm with you guys that it is. I don't like to say woke because it's a pejorative, but I would say that it is highly polarized. It's a game that is like highly polarized on female power, female, you know, being in charge, female doing everything to help everybody else, but you don't have any male lead in there. Now you're gonna say, what about Khadgar? Khadgar is weak. If you play the story, you will notice that Khadgar is very weak, and he get destroyed by the female antagonist, which is Zalat. You know, he's all the males in this game are weak, including Thrall, including Anduin, including Khadgar. So you don't have any male protagonists, which is why I really hate the story in World of Warcraft, and I hate the story in, well, the story in Dragonflight wasn't so bad, but even in Dragonflight, the protagonist there was Alexandra or something like that, the dragon female. She was the leader, again, a female leader, She's the one in charge. Are you guys following the pattern here? Right? So, and who was the antagonist in Dragonflight? It was another female NPC. So everything is female protagonist and then female antagonist. There is no male leading in any of their DLC expansion, whatever you want to call it. So the thing that I hate the most about World of Warcraft right now is the story, and it's really really bad. Like it is so bad, guys. Look, the story is so bad that I don't even give a I don't even care. I don't even care, about the cinematic. I don't care about the story. Like I don't even care who's gonna kill who's gonna die. I don't care. Now I would tell you the truth. I think the story in Shadowland was better. I think the story in Shadowland was better. The story in Pandaria was better, right? So I don't know what happened to Blizzard, but everything is surrounded by female protagonists and female antagonists. All the male in this game are all weak. They're all weak or they're dead. One of the two. So if you don't believe me, play the game and you will see it for yourself. Look, there's going to be a lot of cinematic. It's all about female in charge, female being powerful, female rescuing the male. You're going to notice is literally Star Wars 8 all over again, but in World of Warcraft. So if you wonder what is bad in this game, is the story. And I'll be honest with you guys. I'm going to tell you a secret. I've been playing games for more than 30 years, and one thing that people love the most in any fucking game is a good story. So if your story does not appeal to everyone, and if you just make a story to appeal to a certain group of category of people, like female players, for example, if you do that, you're actually alienating, another group of people, which are the male players. And that's the reason why a lot of people, they'll be like, you know what, I don't want to play this WoW game. And I can understand where they come from, because this game is actually Star Wars 8 all over again, but in World of Warcraft technically. So story wise is I give a 2 out of 10. Not even a 2, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give a 1.5 out of 10. The only reason I give 1.5 in there is because Thrall is there, Anduin is there, and Khadgar is there, but they're not doing anything. They're weak. They're dying. They don't have any. There's no, there's no male in charge in there, guys. It's so pathetic. Like I'm like, bro. I'm like, bro. I think that's the reason why a lot of people don't want to play this game right now. And I don't know if I'm going to renew my subscription after this, because the story is so bad that even leveling up, like even if I enjoy the other feature, if the story is bad, then there's no way I'm gonna renew my subscription. If you want to know which story is good, like to give you an example, Guild Wars 2. If you guys plays Guild Wars 2, the story is the best by far. And in Guild Wars 2, they have female and they have males, right? They have male and female, but the thing is that they have a balance. They have a balance roles for all of them. So it's not just about like female supremacy or male supremacy. In Guild Wars 2, you have male and female working with each other, and nobody's better than nobody, right? One second. So yeah, so in Guild Wars 2, the reason why I like Guild Wars 2, and even though they have a lot of female in there, is because in Guild Wars 2, the writers, they made sure that males and female have a proper role in there, and both of them were equal in there. It's not about female being in charge, it's not about male being in charge, it's about both of them working with each other, but they also made sure that males like taking the lead, and they all may also make sure that females were taking the lead. That's what is a good writer. That is a good story, so that you don't alienate a group of individual, because then if you do that, then if you alienate, like let's say male players, and I think male players are the one who plays video games the most, so how do you think you're gonna win over them if you alienate them, right? So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, guys, so that's the only thing I'm going to say about World of Warcraft so far. I enjoy everything else except the story. And also the dwarf character, I don't know if I like it, guys. I think the Dragonflight, what is it, the dragon, the Draktar, I forgot the name, but I think the Dragonflight new character was way better. It was way more original, but the new dwarf, I don't know, the new dwarf character is like, I don't know, bro, it's just like a dwarf technically, who looks different. So I don't know, bro, about that. I don't know about that. Now if you ask me, will I renew my subscription, I don't know, guys. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It depends. If a better game comes out, next month, then I'm just gonna play another game. Right now I paid for 1 month because I was intrigued to see how good it was. It is good except the story. So everything is good except the story. that's it. So yeah, I hope you like this video. If you like it, please like and sub, and thanks for watching. Cheers. These little sheep are funny. You got frozen, buddy. Oh shit, bro. Oops, maybe I shouldn't have used that. They're freeze, bro. They're freeze. They're freeze. There you go. They're freeze, bro. I just love freezing them. Gathering is fun too. I love gathering. Whoop. Ah. God damn. There we go. Can I use this?
I need to target something first.
There it is. Oh my god, are you serious, bro? Jesus Christ.
Good day to you. See you around. Have a good one.
Have need of a storm rook?
Hmm? I have to follow him. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. There we go, GG guys. Oh, you little. Oh shit. It's like the Mesmer skill, bro. In Guild Wars 2. Holy shit. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Do I have any health? I do. Woo. That was like the Mesmer skill in Guild Wars 2, the ultimate. That is so weird, bro. Like this one over here, alter time. You can use any spell for like how long again? 10 seconds, and after 10 seconds you come back to where you are. So you have 10 seconds to burst and do whatever you want, which is fun, man. Unidentified life form scanning for active defense groups. Alpha site. What the hell?
Fine day for some tinkering, don't you think?
Titanic expedition.